or afternoon or evening, depending on when you are watching. Today we're going to start by looking over our homework. We'll do the note side, then you'll practice side, and then homework. So let's get our homework open to page 123 and 124. And let's take a look. All right, so number 1 should have been 872. And if these numbers are in a different order, that's okay, as long as you get that 872. Number 2 should have been 822. Number 3 should have been 1,115. Number 4, 948. Number 5, 5,890. Number 6, 6,444. Number 7 should have been 2,232. And number 8 should have been 8,544. So that was 1 through 8. And then we had 10 up top. Said, show how you can use place value blocks or drawings. So you might have had something that had 100, change that, 100, 2 10s, and 5 1s. And then you need that 4 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and 125. So we should have showed that we had 400, and we had 2, 4, 6, 8. We got 80, and we have 5, 10, 15, 20. Now if we add all those together, we would get 0, 8, 9, 10, 5, 6, 500. Okay, so they wanted something with the pictures, okay? That's why it says check student work to see if you have those pictures. And then number 13, you needed to figure out that this was the 1 times 6 for 6. This was the 480. This was 2,400. And this was 12,000. You should have got a product of 14,886. This was kind of backwards. Like this spot was our 2,000 times 6, and all the way up here was our 1 times 6. We just did it backwards. But because we can add in any order, it doesn't really matter. All right, so that was our homework. Now, today, what we're going to do is keep practicing using those partial products. Remember, partial products mean part of your product. So, parts of our answer. Okay? To do this, remember, we're going to kind of break it up by place value in an expanded form. We're going to write our number sentences, find those partial products, those mini parts, from those mini math facts, and then add to find our final product. And so what we need to do is find each product, but we also need to check if your answer is reasonable. To do this, we are going to use estimates, which we are getting so good at. So it should be fairly easy. All right, so numbers 1 and 2 we'll do together, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 I'll have you do on your own. So for number 1, what I want to do first is find my answer, and then we will do our estimate. So 108, I'm going to split that up into 100, no 10s, so I just need my 8 1s. All right, did number 1. Now I'm going to write my number sentences, 100 times 6, and 8 times 6. Number 2 is done. Now I find my partial products. So 100 times 6, I'm looking for that mini math fact. 1 times 6, well, that's 600. And 8 times 6, 8 times 6, I have 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, and then 48. And I add up, because that was step number 3. Now I'm on to 4. I get an 8, a 4, and a 6. All right, now I need to estimate to double check. Remember, when we were estimating our products, we always go to that biggest spot. So 108 would round to 100, right? Times 6, just in between the problems I'm doing this. 100 times 6 is 600. So is 648 a reasonable answer? Yeah, because they're pretty close. They're reasonable. Remember, if they're within a few hundred, even if they're less than 1,000, they're going to be reasonable. And if we don't get a reasonable answer, then we did something wrong in our multiplication or addition. We need to check this answer, because this answer we know should be right. All right, one more together. 243 times 3. First step I do is split. I'm going to erase my check marks. Go back. Determine the place value. So I have 200, I have 40, and I have 3. Check. Now I write my number sentences. Times 3, times 3, times 3. Check. Finding the partial products. 200 times 3 is 600. 40 times 3. Well, 4 times 3. Let's see, I have 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But I know I need to add a 0, so that's 120. And 3 times 3, 3, 6, that's 9. So I write that. Notice my ones, tens, and hundreds are all lined up nice and neat. Now, I did step 3. Now I add to find my final product. 0 plus 0 plus 9 is 9. 0 plus 2 is 2. And 6 plus 1 is 700. So 729. Now I need to estimate to see if my work was right. I look back at my factors and I decide which one's my bigger one. And I round to the biggest spot. 243 would round to 200 times 3. That would give us 600. Now this one's a little bit more off, but notice we rounded a lot more. We rounded 43 different, whereas last time we only rounded 8 different. So it's okay that this one is a little bit more off. Remember, it's within a couple hundred, so we are still good. We did our math right. Ooh, ooh, that's my dance party. Ooh, ooh. All right, so you are going to try number 1, 2, 3, and 4, and unpause the video when you're ready to see those answers, okay? All right, let's look over your work. All right, number 1. I'm going to make sure let's wipe here to block out the other ones and this guy. All right, and move this guy down. All right, so nice and big for us. All right, number 1. What we should have done was broken it up and gotten a product of 1,115, and our estimate should have been 1,000. Those are pretty close, so we know this is reasonable. Let's look at number 2. Now my work got a little crowded up in number 2, so I kind of came down here a little bit, and that's okay, as long as they're in a similar place and not like on the other side of the page, way over there, and I can't see it. So I should have gotten my product of 20,419, and my estimate was 21,000. And those are pretty close, so we know that this is reasonable. Number 3. We should have gotten our product of 1,936, and our estimate was 1,600. Now these are a few hundred off, but is it quite so bad like it's in 1,000 off? Nope, so these ones are actually reasonable too. Because remember, we're taking away 42 8 times. That's going to be quite a few, right? And number 4, we should have gotten a product of 828, and our estimate was 600. And again, we kind of, when we rounded, we took away 38, and we took that away 6 times. It's like 38 plus 38 plus 38 plus 38 plus 38 plus 38. I think that was 6. That's going to get us over 100 off. So these are actually pretty reasonable. All right. So what we got then is your homework, page 129, numbers 1 through 6, and I want you to do it with the estimates, just like we did everything we did today, where you find the real answer with the partial products, and then you find your estimates. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, have fun.